Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. Today we're going to talk about the circumstances under which your ex can get alimony. Alimony, or what we call spousal support, is always a sticky point in divorce negotiations. The concept that I'm going to be finished with this bad marriage, I'm going to put it behind me, I'm going to be finished with this horrible spouse, but yet at the same time I'm still going to have the connection, the tie, the red tape. I'm still going to have to deal with this person and support them. This is a real raw, a hurtful, sticky area of the law. There are some times when the concept of alimony is not that offensive. You have people who've been married many years. It's just not working out. They decided they're going to split up. Maybe they're married 30, 35 years, maybe longer. And they feel that it's fair, that they should both have approximately the same amount of money to live on. Let's say they have pensions and they have Social Security, and maybe when they were living together, they pooled everything, which in essence means it gets kind of split. Maybe they understand that if one person's making $3,000 and the other person's making $1,000, if the one that's making $3,000 pays $1,000 in alimony, then they both have $2,000 to live on. And maybe that's something that they easily understand. And if you're at that place, great. Where we see complication is with the marriage that's maybe, I don't know, 8 or 10 years long. So it's not 30 years. Maybe the parties are still working. Maybe one's able to work, one hasn't found a job yet, so they want alimony. Or maybe they're both working, but one makes $75,000 and one makes $25,000, that kind of thing. That's when the concept of alimony becomes a sticky issue in the divorce. The circumstances of alimony are typically this. The court will look at, number one, how long has the marriage been? What's the duration of the marriage? Let's put that on a spectrum of 0 years and 30 plus years. And all these years in between. So clearly, the case where the parties have been married 30 or more years, that's a strong case for alimony. The place where the parties have been married barely more than a year, that's a very weak case for alimony. And as we go from that side of the spectrum, more and more toward the 30 plus side of the spectrum, the case begins to get stronger. But that's only one factor. Second factor we got to look to when we're talking about alimony is the differences of income between the parties, the disparity, as the court calls it. Disparity of income. How much does one person make? How much does the other person make? And clearly, if someone's making $55,000 and somebody's making $47,200, there is a disparity of income. It's not a very great disparity. So in that situation, if it's a shorter term marriage, so there's not a very strong case of alimony because of the years, and the disparity of income is small, it's not a very strong case for a whole lot of alimony. On the flip side, if someone's making $200,000 a year and somebody's making $20,000 a year, it's a big disparity of income. So if you look at it from that perspective, that would support alimony. But then we have to look at the other factor. How long has the marriage been? In other words, even if there is a huge disparity of income but a very short-term marriage, it's possible the court will say, you know what? You don't get alimony. It's a 3-year marriage. Go back to supporting yourself. However, you supported yourself before the short-term marriage. So that's a possibility. So you've got, number one, the duration of marriage. Number two, the disparity of income. And number three, and this is important too, the availability of disposable assets to pay it. Meaning that if you have a strong alimony case and there's a big disparity of income, but the parties have accumulated so much debt and somebody's taking it on and their lifestyle is such that there's no money to pay it. They live so high on the hog, they live check to check despite their income. In that situation, it becomes a weaker alimony case. So these are amongst the factors that are considered when you look at whether or not and under what circumstances one might have to pay their ex alimony. If you have any questions about that, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.